me sleep. I do a bitch like Joel Embiid. She'll never ever get a ring from me.
Well, I'm finna go get a snack real quick. I'll be back.
You joined VC. Oh, it's that one dude, that white dude. Hey, Sky, fuck you, man. What did I do to you, Sky?
When you die, literally no one's gonna care.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Mrs. Magic to and fro.
what's going on in here? This guy thinks rape is fine. In fact, he said, or he won't do anything if he sees someone on the side of the road getting raped. Oh, there's so much good shit in my DM or my. Where is it? Here it is. This guy's a gen. Why isn't he banned yet?
I just want to hear what he says. Because he's like friends with fucking Akusai, who's like overseer in this server. What precious minerals are from China? What is you talking about?
okay, come on, or come do this. Dude can't just say, oh yeah, rape is good, not get banned. I think Discord can terminate his account for saying things like that. I mean, yeah, but only if.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but only if he, like, outright says it. Like, if he outright says, yeah, rape is good, rape is fine, good.
What happened?
I'm streaming, so.
Oh.
That's the issue. Why is the stream name exposing? Maybe I don't. Yeah, it's because he's a pro Trump supporter. So no. I asked him the question, and he said yes to it. That's what he said.
My PC bugging.
Profile pic is crazy. I'm assuming you're not. It's Buddhist. It's Buddhist. It's Buddhist swastika, not a Nazi swastika.
All right, I'm gonna be back for like 5 minutes.
This doesn't really like show me why
No,
utilitarianism
no,
is better.
you're confused a little bit on utilitarianism. The thing that you're talking about is utility calculus. You can't be wrong on the utility thing. That's just incoherent. That doesn't make any sense. To say that you're wrong on the utility is saying that you're wrong on the preference. What does that mean? What does it mean to be wrong on the preference?
That's
That doesn't
essentially
make
not what I'm saying. And also, I'm not conflating it with a calculus. I know the difference between a calculus and just utilitarianism itself. Utilitarianism is just like, the preference, not the preference, or just like the stance that like anything more util I would do to maximize of in reference to morals. A utility calculus is just like what I deem to be more util in any certain scenario. You can be a deontologist and have a utility calculus if your threshold, for example.
utility calculus came. But the reason why deontologists use the utility calculus is because they're a form of consequentialism. So they mix consequentialism with deontology. That's why they have.
Yeah, but you can be an absolute deontologist and not apply utility calculus.
Exactly, but you would agree that absolute deontology is really unintuitive because of the fact that it doesn't apply
Unintuitive. I'm just
consequentialism.
arguing that it doesn't matter if it's unintuitive. My point is that these definitions exist. You saying, oh, but my act utilitarianism is not right inherently. I don't want to strawman you. My act utilitarianism is just most probably right because we have these set things in place. It's like, yeah, but why do all these intuitions align with your specific version of act utilitarianism?
Ooh, he just hit you with a rhetorical question.
Wait, but that's answered given. Okay, well, maybe I'm just being unclear here. So, the reason for why they best map onto is because, well, specifically for act utilitarianism, all utilitarianism states is that it's a moral view where we judge actions based off of their consequences, which is the same thing as act utilitarianism, but it goes further into that. So it's about we judge every action based on it.
These ones are consequences. Well, that's just consequentialism. I don't. That's inherent.
Utilitarianism is consequentialism. It's a consequentialist view.
Well, yeah, but that's like saying a fucking a rectangle is a quadrilateral, but a quadrilateral is also a
My
rectangle.
fault.
Like, sure,
I'm not
if
making
you
the same
fucking apply the same domain, but like, I don't disagree that like consequentialism.
That's analytically but that's analytically what act utilitarianism and utilitarianism is. They judge actions based off their consequences.
Yeah, I'm aware that utilitarianism is consequentialism, but consequentialism isn't utilitarianism.
Yeah, but that isn't the claim though.
That is the claim you just made.
No, the claim was that act utilitarianism and utilitarianism are basically the same thing. That by virtue
Utilitarianism
consequentialism
is part of the umbrella of utilitarianism.
Yeah, act utilitarianism. Okay, act utilitarianism hard presses on the actions. Utilitarianism is just that we judge actions. We're judging actions based off like pleasure and suffering.
Not just actions. You can also like judge claims. You can just judge statements itself. It's not even true. It's not just actions.
Give me an example of where you can judge a proposition based off of like the utility calculus, because it seems like we're not judging the proposition. We're judging the content of the proposition.
The content. Well, you can judge the content. So like you can judge the predicate and the content. I don't think you realize that.
The predicate by predicate you just mean the thing which is relating to, right?
The previous affirmation. Well, yeah, the thing in relation to, obviously. Like if someone says
So
like,
what predicate would we be judging?
well, do you want me to give you an example and then?
Yeah.
Oh, rhetorical.
Fuck off.
That was very rhetorical.
I'm sorry. It was just so rhetorical, Seth. I'm so sorry.
You grown ass nigga.
Oh my
This
god, bro.
old
Go back.
ass
Oh my
nigga that's
god, bro.
older
Go
than
back on mute, dude.
Bro, I'm
Go back
saying,
on
bro,
mute.
grown ass
Shut
man.
the fuck up, nigga. Yo,
Yo, bro, you
Grown
can't
ass
be
man,
Having
bro.
a good
4
faith
years
conversation, and here come the anime debaters. Jesus Christ.
Bro, you too, Will. What the fuck? Go on, you dude.
What? That'd be ridiculous, bro. Bro, like, shut your bald head ass up and stay on mute.
Do I just
wait,
stop-
wait. This is
Wait,
why I
life.
love
Do I just stop doing the Moxie rhetoric?
I think you gotta use the Sims rhetoric. I thought you
No!
on the rhetoric.
Bro, oh my
I was
god,
like,
bro. Both types of rhetoric are bad. Like, just
You
horrible.
suck, Kamora.
Wait, Kamora.
You have
He says as he has no rhetoric.
Alright, so listen.
Kamora,
Alright, we're gonna drop the Moxie rhetoric.
Kamora,
We're gonna drop the
Kamora.
Moxie rhetoric. We're gonna stop
Oh
studying.
my
Not as
Kamora,
much as we did
Kamora,
before.
Kamora,
So listen.
Kamora.
I
So listen,
love
you
when
give me,
people
you
jerk
give me an
me.
example of that?
Oh, you are saying it. Oh.
Yeah, give me the example of the predicate thing.
Predicate thing? Oh, yeah. So, let's say I make the statement Schmurder is bad.
Don't do that shit again.
Obviously, shut the fuck up. If we're referring to a calculus, you would know that, like, you would, like, rank
Bro,
the certain things we state. Shut the fuck up. We would refer to the certain things we state, as either good or bad or neutral. Schmurder would obviously be, like, the predicate there. Bad would be, like, you know, the later on. Obviously, you can judge that statement itself, whether or not the truth value applies to being more.
Sorry, was that a predicate relation?
Yeah. Well, the one I'm describing specifically, yeah.
But that doesn't seem like a predicate relation to me. I don't know.
Well, I
That's
describe it to be a predicate relation. If the sentence structure is just bad for you,
If all you mean by predicate is the previous affirmation, then that's not what a predicate is.
Ooh.
well, I described to you what I meant by predicate.
Yeah, the problem is it just doesn't really follow to me. When you say like a predicate's just a previous affirmation, I don't think that that's true. I think that when you're saying something's a predicate, we're talking about the thing which it refers to, and then you have the subject. So
Yeah, we have. Well, yeah, I use both of those. It's the
yeah,
previous.
so like a proposition would be like a predicate subject relation.
But
which
when you have like the word like Schmurder being the predicate of the relation on whether or not it's bad or good, which can apply to a truth value, you then apply the utility calculus onto it. So when you someone, for example, making the statement that Schmurder is bad, right, can be less util or more util to some people, or actually doing the action of Schmurder can be util or less util. I'm saying that you can judge it based on the proposition and on the action.
Yeah, but like, I don't take it that those are propositions. So
You don't think saying murder? You think Schmurder is bad is not a proposition?
no, I take it that no, I don't. I take it we treat them as propositions. They aren't actually propositions.
We treat them as propositions, but they're not. What do you think a proposition is?
A proposition is a predicate subject relation which has a capacity to be true or false.
Predicate subject relation.
Yeah, which has a capacity to be true or false.
Retort too fast from the track. Shit.
Yeah, I'm bad again.
Okay.
Stop, bro. Take 5.
So you agree it's the predicate subject relation which has a capacity to be true or false. So then do you also
I want the argument.
Wait, just answer my question real quick. Just answer my question real quick. Do you take it to be the case that it's actually, you know, when we're talking about a moral statement specifically, like, you know, Schmurder is wrong, do you take it that there's an actual predicate subject relation that we're talking about there? And if so, if there is one, you know, why is it actually the case that there's an actual predicate subject relation which actually has a capacity to be true or false?
Wait, Madoka, I think some guy disagree with you in the chat.
This is
What?
Bro,
Say
bro,
it.
shut the
what we call a
fuck up.
steamroll. I have to ask you a question first before we even like do all that.
Yeah, go ahead. You can
One.
ask me a fine question. Go.
Well, I'll answer it later after I ask. But yeah. What's your argument for saying it has to be predicate based?
Predicate based? What? Okay, listen. So the reason why it would have to be predicate based is because specifically every single proposition includes a predicate subject relation. So if I were to say that Socrates is immortal, specifically, the subject there is the mortal part. The predicate there is Socrates, and that's included within every single proposition.
So you don't think Schmurder?
No, I don't take it that it actually. No, I take it that we treat them as propositions, but
But you
it
don't
is
think
not
there's any
actually
predicate.
proposition.
But you don't think there's any predicate in that?
No, I don't take it that there's any predicate subject relation. Actually, no, I just take it that there's an expressment of emotion there. Yeah.
Ooh. He got you there, bro.
No, he didn't. Or she.
The rhetoric too fast from the
That's not
track.
even true. If you're saying Socrates is immortal, is a proposition because as a predicate relation, the same thing would happen with Schmurder is bad. The predicate.
Wait,
means
wait.
Schmurder,
So
the relation
let's be
being
clear here.
bad,
What's the
either it's true or false?
Wait,
I'm treating
what's the
bad as true or
distinction?
false.
Wait. Let's be clear. What's the distinction between the two statements that I'm about to like express here? The statement that murder is is wrong versus ooh Schmurder. What's the difference?
Wait, Seb, can I help?
One's from a non-cognitivist view, one's from a cognitivist view.
You think that that's a relevant distinction between the two?
Very
One
relevant.
presupposes cognitivism. One presupposes non-cognitivism. That doesn't really sound.
Because some people with some people who are non-cognitivists, well, they take the stance that like they're not propositional. That's the point. When I say Schmurder is wrong, I take it the fact that like that's a true statement.
Wait, but you're not engaging with the question though.
No, I am engaging with the question. I'm explaining why there is a relevant distinction, and you're not
The
engaging.
relevant distinction is what. Wait, hold on. The relevant distinction is specifically what they uphold to specifically, but that's not really relevant because these two statements are basically expressing the same exact thing, whether or not it's from a cognitivist or not, right? What a non-cognitivist would say is that there's no distinction between the two, phrases there, and the cognitivist would say that there is a distinction between the two phrases there, and they would give a reason for why they're distinct and why they're not distinct.
Let me make this clear. Shit, now I'm doing the fuck ass rhetoric. So one, they are not expressing the same thing because one.
I got you there, Seb. I got you there. Now you're doing it like
No, I
me.
didn't. But yeah.
He got you there, bro. He got you there.
He got me there, bro. He got me
Okay,
there.
so the second statement is saying that there's no
Life, we're
proof
not
that-
cool.
That is just boo, right? Well, one's an expressment of emotion. One can be an expressment of emotion, but it's claiming a truth value. Those are completely different things. That's literally
That presupposes cognitivism.
it's almost like I said, nigga.
But Seb, you're a
Wait,
cognitivist.
Penny, no,
You're a
Marty,
cognitivist.
you're literally a utilitarian. You can't be a non-cognitivist.
What? What?
Do you think
That's
you can be
not
a
true.
utilitarian without being a moral realist?
Yeah.
How?
If I take it to be the case that moral statements specifically are just expressions of emotions, I can still act as such that if I can just say that, well, murder is an expression of emotion. Take it as murder, applies like a bunch of things. It can still be utilitarian with that.
That's like that sounds more like egoism than utilitarianism. That sounds nothing like utilitarianism. Like usually utilitarianism, when it has a calculus, it implies like a universal threshold, saying, "Oh yeah, if you apply upon this calculus, that means you're doing the most prosperous things for reality."
Yeah,
When
man.
you apply that it's just an expression of emotion, you're saying that it's all left up to just interpretation. That's not utilitarianism. That makes no sense.
All right, guys, I have a question. 100 Gokus or Seb?
You can be
100
utilitarian
Gokus.
egoist. No, I'm aware. I'm not saying that egoists can't be utilitarian. I'm just saying usually people have a distinction between those, like a vast distinction between those. Because most utilitarians aren't just saying, "Oh yeah, it's util because I want to fuck this girl" or some stupid shit like that.
Seb,
Like,
bro.
it's different.
I'm back.
Seb, we get it. You know what's crazy?
back.
He didn't even hear all that, so just repeat yourself, bro.
No.
All right, I'm going back.
Here, what the fuck?
I'm going back to
He
Moxie.
wasn't here.
Wait, I'm going back to Moxie, right? So, just being clear here, you take it that there's some contradiction.
Close my ears hearing this shit.
Wait, being
Shut
clear
the
here.
fuck up.
You take it that there's some problem when it comes to utilitarianism as well as with respect to moral realism and like moral anti-realism. But
Realism?
let's
What
be
the fuck is
specifically.
realism?
Wait. So just being clear here. So when we say
Yeah, no,
we're
please
moral
please stop
anti-realist,
fucking
right?
talking
When
like
we're
that.
just
Please
saying
stop
that.
fucking
Yeah,
talking
wait,
like that.
shut the
It's
fuck
actually
up.
so cancer.
Jesus Christ, take the fuck
It's
out.
actually so cancer. Please stop fucking talking.
No. Listen. So, wait, being clear. So, whenever we say that we're a moral anti-realist, what we're just positing is that there isn't actually any sort of like objective moral truth. And that seems really compatible with utilitarianism because they're not saying that there's some sort of objective truth when it comes to maximizing utility. Whether if I say like this is the best action doesn't take it to be that there's like some stance dependent reason for why there's an objective action. We can just say that there's some reason for why we would do this and it not being stance independent, but rather it can be stance dependent for why we do an action, but not
You think
stance independent.
non-cognitivists can have a stance independent reason?
No, I don't take it that they take it that there's more like there's stance dependent reasons for moral facts.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. Okay, so if you agree with that, then cognitivist states that there's like stance independent moral facts.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's completely compatible with utilitarianism that way.
But that's still cognitivism.
No, it's not. What?
You can be a moral anti-realist, aka moral subjectivist, and still be a cognitivist. What are you talking
No.
about?
Wait, no.
You literally can't.
Okay, so wait, listen.
Stop
Wait,
with the rhetoric, man.
just being clear here. Let's just be clear here. So, I don't disagree that you can be like a subjectivist, and as well as being subjectivist, you can also hold the view of cognitivism, right? But what I'm saying is that you can be a cognitivist and an anti-realist, and still, opposed to a utilitarian view or consequentialist view.
I don't disagree, but your statement was.
You just said earlier.
Hold up. Your statement was, this presupposes cognitivism. which means you're a non-cognitivist by virtue, and you're describing everything that a cognitivist would say.
Wait,
Subjectivist is cognitivist.
wait, being clear here. So, the statement you made was that, you can't be a utilitarian and a non-cognitivist or like a moral anti.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense. Yeah.
Wait, but so okay, then you agree as well? Okay, wait. So when I say you presuppose cognitivism, is that wait,
I didn't hear the second part. Okay, no, you can be a moral anti-realist, and I didn't disagree. The reason I said it was a moral realist is because I was clarifying my view. You can be a moral anti-realist and be utilitarian. You just can't be a non-cognitivist and a utilitarian. That makes no sense.
Wait, for everybody in the chat that's just dick riding, I don't know you guys all suck, but
One was dick riding, but yeah.
Looking
not talking about that
Niggas, wait, just to be clear, don't look for something.
Damn, you're such a loser.
Like Ian saying this is boring because he's like not used to someone like not using shitty ass infinity rhetoric. This is horrible.
Well, the only topic we can fucking run is this, because you don't run anything else I disagree with, except like except for like the argument for God. But like,
wait, fuck it. Listen, let's go back. Listen, fine. I'll go back to the fucking synth shit. I'll go back to the fucking synth shit again.
If you want a topic, you both can argue. Do fucking cross first. No beach. No beach.
Listen, Sad. Seems like you're very fucking confused on every fucking proposition that you're making here. So listen, let's be clear here. The thing that you just said earlier was specifically. Wait. Calm the fuck down. Listen, the thing that you just said here earlier was that you take it to actually be the case that there's some contradiction, or at least seemingly that there's some contradiction imposed by a utilitarian and a non-consequentialist, or not non-consequentialist, but non-cognitivist, right? So, and then when I said that you presuppose cognitivism because you think that there's some stance-independent reasons, you said that well, there's some error here. So can you please go ahead and explain to everybody what the error is?
Okay, so you like used two statements unconjunctively. You said that it could be.
Which one? Go ahead.
Well, it's almost like I'm talking, and if you'll let me speak.
I get it that you're talking, dog. Spit the fuck out.
Alright, so Penny, shut the fuck up, bitch. Let him finish.
I'll smack the fuck out of you.
Oh shit. You see him trying to speak, nigga, like stop being a fucking loser, bro.
Chill, bro.
No, because like
because he's using his beat up ass rhetoric.
Everybody's in the comments like, oh, do synth rhetoric. Okay, when I do synth rhetoric, everyone's like, oh, this shit's bad.
Bro,
go back to the Mox rhetoric. Okay, I do Mox rhetoric.
No,
this shit's
bro.
bad. Oh, do normal rhetoric. This is bad.
No, bro.
The same three people.
No one asked for you to do Moxie or synth rhetoric. And can y'all stop cussing, bro? Like, censor that shit.
So if I find you a screenshot right now where someone said go back to the synth rhetoric,
nobody. That's impossible. You can't.
Still, go back to the synth rhetoric. You're back to getting the beats put on you by Silk.
Okay.
Silk did not say that shit.
Oh God, how much money you want to bet on that, Kimura?
Hey, Silk, unmute. Did you say that?
Whatever, man. Just use your.
Oh man. Oh, bro.
But yeah, you said contradiction.
Wait, let Gabe. Wait. Answer my key. Let Gabe.
I got it.
Yeah. Wait, but that's fine. Wait, Sabia, go ahead. Yeah, I'll just go back to my normal.
I thought I did accept that. What the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, so someone at a higher level of debating this year.
Bitch ass up, dude.
Yo, Gabe winked the fuck out of everybody here. Calm down. Wait, listen.
Sticky.
Wait, just to be clear here, Seb, can you repeat up what you were saying?
I'm trying to. So you said contradiction first, and then you said there was simply just an error in what I said. So I'm gonna repeat what I said before, so you can get it.
You just mistracked what I said.
It's not. I know. I very much did.
Oh, you know you mistracked it. Yeah. Go.
I very much did. It's on recording. Don't.
Cornball.
Oh, wait, so let's be clear here. So the thing that I said was that you said that there was a contradiction entailed from utilitarianism and non-cognitivism being completely compatible. But then I said there isn't. But then the thing that I said there was an error for was completely separate.
That's what I agree with.
You just said you disagreed with it. What?
No, I said that it's unconjunctive, as in you didn't use them like synonymously, like within your sentence. That's why I said.
What was the point of doing that fucking out?
How can you say what's the
point?
Get back to your point. You don't even know what I'm saying. No, don't. Okay, you don't even know what I'm saying. So, okay.
Break it down.
You're gonna piss me off. Okay, I was to repeat.
I'm sorry. Please calm down.
I'm just gonna repeat what I said. Yeah, I don't think it makes a lot of sense for you to be a non-cognitivist and also be utilitarian. Usually utilitarian posits that their utility calculus is like a universalist stance, as in there's stance-independent reasons for these moral actions or moral claims. So,
Your confusion.
I have a stance-independent. Oh,
just calm down.
Get this girl off the panel. No, I'm not doing this.
Wait, no, just tell me what you're saying. Gabe, don't fucking unmute.
I'm not in the mood to engage with two people just yelling at me.
No, Gabe won't talk. Gabe, just stay fucking muted.
Okay, since you agree that non-cognitivists do not have stance independent reasons for moral claims, it wouldn't make sense for you to be a utilitarian while also being a non-cognitivist.
Okay, so the clear error here is just that, you know, when you say that something's universal, you're not saying there's a stance independent reason. But when you say something's universal, that doesn't mean that there's an actual stance independent reason. The stance independent reason is that it's universal. The universal, agreement specifically is a stance dependent reason.
This guy wants my dick so bad, I'm just gonna give it to him.
Maybe that's why the confusion's why you can't be like a utilitarian and non-cognitivist. But
that's not the confusion. That's why I said maybe. I never said that because it's universal, that's why it has a stance independent reason. I'm saying that cognitivism innately has stance independent reasons all the time when it comes to moral claims. When it comes to non-cognitivism, they don't. You agreed with that?
Yeah, but like, okay.
What do you mean?
Why is it stupid to be like a utilitarian non-cognitivist?
I explained why it's stupid. If a utilitarian has stance-independent reasons, well, they must fucking have to, since they're making a calculus on what you're supposed to achieve in order to maximize utility, then you can't be a non-cognitivist. Sorry, you can't, you can't be a non-cognitivist, my fault.
What? Wait, so, oh my, okay,
yeah, just saying that moral
statements. This is confusion. Wait,
saying that moral statement, I'm responding to Gabe in the chat. Just saying that moral statements are not true facts, as in they have no true value. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, can you give the formalization of utilitarianism, like just the first?
Fuck up, Gabe. Shut up, Gabe.
No, I'm just curious. Like that way.
I don't care, bro.
No, wait, what's the dick?
All I know is utilitarian system. No matter.
Because this is Madoka's and Seb's debate. I don't like when people cut it.
Yeah, Gabe. Let's finish this real quick. This is obviously not tracking in the comments, by the way. But listen, let's be clear. When you're saying that there's a utility calculus in a way that we actually measure up to, some specific utility, we can say that maybe there's some stance independent reason, but I don't even think that we necessarily have to say that. Maybe there's some stance independent reason for how we get to getting maximizing utility, but that doesn't mean that maximizing utility is stance independent. What we're just saying there is that the way to get to maximizing utility specific, or the ways that lead up to maximizing utility. So let's say, for example, having any number that's greater than the below number, and that's the pleasure being above the suffering, and that's the way that we maximize utility is stance independent. Maybe that's what we mean, but not the case that, maximizing utility by itself is stance independent. That's obviously not what utilitarian is saying. It's just saying that, that's obviously not what they're saying. They're just saying that there's maybe there might be a stance independent reason for getting to the formula.
Bro, this fucking lag is killing me.
What the fuck did I just hear? I can't lie. Like, I'm
by the
not.
way, Vince, you've been tracking, so repeat what I just said in the comments, by the way, what you said.
I'm so confused. Can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, so, here, I'll just break it down. So, getting to the formula of maximizing utility through some sort of calculus method, right? So let's say, we say that 2 above 1, that's some stance independent reason. 2 above 1, specifically for pleasure, is the 2, and the 1's the suffering. Maybe that's some stance independent reason that we get to the formula of maximizing utility. But we don't say by itself, all things considered by itself, that maximizing utility is stance independent. We just say that, it's good to maximize utility, but I don't think that's the same thing as saying that, it's a stance independent reason.
You don't think the same as that saying it's a stance independent reason.
Yeah.
Okay, why? I'm just.
Yeah, because okay, so from the formula of the calculus, when we're saying stance independent, we're saying independent for all of our stances, right? All of our beliefs given onto this specific thing. When we're doing through some sort of calculus, we can say seemingly it's stance dependent, given the fact that, there's no stance, there's no belief on how we come about utility calculus. Insofar as, what even is, right? To say that math is stance dependent is kind of weird. It seems like math is stance independent.
I understand now.
But utility itself.
I'll beat this guy without blocking.
So, it's. I just find it weird because you're treating it like
that.
You're saying, if we have a calculus, and if we uphold to this plus factor, then it would be true. Similar to how you say, 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's stance independent because that's just fucking true no matter what. Like, if your calculus is, Schmurder is bad. So like when we don't do Schmurder, it's like I wouldn't say positive utility, but it's neutral utility, right? That's a stance.
I don't know why my 4 didn't go off.
Yep, okay,
If you were a
so-
non-cognitivist, you would say Schmurder is bad because boo-hoo. But that's not stance independent. That's your personal beliefs, and it wouldn't even like garner up into a calculus at that point, because the calculus would be based on individual persons. It's not on this one stance. Like let's say, for example, let's say preservation of life, which is like a utilitarian stance that I'd rather you take, since you're just saying pleasure, which doesn't really like qualify anything from you.
Wait, Flint's, by the way, we can get you up here in a second because I'm gonna have to break this down to you as well, Flint's. So listen, so here's the issue, right? So, you know, I get what you're saying, but you know, I think there's a conflation here between the multiple the addition, like all the symbols and stuff like that, and as well as the actual thing of what we're talking about, right? So let's suppose that I say 2 + 2 = 4 is something which is stance independently true. So
Shit. Hold up, my fault. Something just fell. Continue.
are you good?
That's enough for me.
Right. So, like, if we were to say 2 + 2
That's
=
just
4,
ass.
this is something which is stance independently true. Well, yeah, we can agree with that, but we don't have to necessarily agree that numbers are stance dependent. We can say that numbers are stance dependent. Well, specifically my view, because I think that numbers are mental constructs that we use. We can use maybe some sort of stance dependent thing, and use the stance dependent thing to lead to some formulation of some sort of stance independent thing. Say, well, the formulation of these axioms together would equal something which is stance dependent, but the things of which we're using aren't stance
Yeah,
dependent.
I agree. Well, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. I agree. But,
Well, but yeah, then that's completely equal to utilitarianism.
yeah, and that's against non-cognitivism.
Yeah.
Because then you're saying that like a non-stance independent reason would go into a stance independent reason.
No. Okay, here. So the stance independent reason specifically for the utility calculus specifically, here's the issue, right? So when you say the utility calculus, right? Well, the utility calculus is stance dependent with respect to the same way the math is specifically stance dependent as in the formalizations of the stuff, right? But the numbers that we get, the outputs and stuff like that, the numbers don't necessarily have to be stance dependent, just the same way as that the utility doesn't have to be stance dependent. It's just variables that we use to input and get an output of a specific percentage.
Wait, just before you respond, I'm gonna dip. So that was a nice good fit that you guys are having right now.
Let's go.
But yeah,
That's you guys.
when I said I agree with like the whole, that's it.
What the hell is wrong
When I
with you?
said I agree with the stance thing, I just think like I agree with the way you phrase it. Some people can have their view that way. I don't see why something that's non-racial. I don't see why something that's stance dependent can lead to something stance independent. Seems kind of off, just like on a numerical standpoint. Like why can like a sufficient condition lead to a necessary one, for example?
Yeah, the explanation is just really simple. It's just that, you know, the thing is, so well, what we use specifically, but by the way, I just want to clarify again, the stance independent reason specifically would be something that we don't have a belief towards. So that would also include like the mental spaces towards it. So to say that, you know, we have a number that we made specifically constructed to get to something, right? Let's say, yeah, like the numbers, specifically, numbers wouldn't exist given that we didn't exist, right? Or no one existed enough to make specifically the numbers stuff, the numerical values and stuff like that. So what we came with math, what math does is we put these numbers together, and given we have the numbers, we verify what specific values do we have of a given thing. It seems like that stance independently true. But it doesn't seem like the number specifically itself for stance independently true. It seems like I can refer to a number, and I can also say that numbers don't necessarily have to exist, whereas math necessarily have to exist. Given numbers exist. But
yeah, I mean that's just the way you're describing it. I just grant that to be not true. If you're saying math necessarily exists but the numbers don't, when you need numbers in order to make mathematical equations, it seems unethical. Like that's why I'm saying you're describing utilitarianism in the same way, which means in turn you would never be a non-cognitivist. It's like like when you talk about intuition, that's stance independent, right? It's a gut feeling. It's not something you actually have to like really think about so hard for like rational thought. Are you here still? Because you muted.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. All that matters is that I'm here. That's all.
This guy will be fucked.
Are you here still?
Who are these guys, bro? Who are y'all, bro? What the fuck?
Wait, so listen.
It's tier 1, nigga. Stop running.
I'm trying to let me try to break it down in a better way.
No, I was just asking if you're listening. I don't care what you're asking.
Damn.
I'm listening.
Okay, so yeah, like the way you're describing it is that of like a mathematical equation. I don't know how you think a sufficient condition can lead to a necessary one. It doesn't make conjunctive sense, like at all.
Well, yeah. The explanation is just the explanation, like I said earlier, is just that the things of what we're talking about, the stance dependent things are absent of our beliefs because, well, you know, the way that they're constructed specifically is supposed to give an input and output value. So given there's like an input and output value, these input output values are absence of our stances. You know, so I wouldn't say it is the case that, you know, like 2 + 2 = 5, right? Maybe Henny, you got banned by Ian, by the way. Oh shit, he banned me from Zenny
Just
Clan.
finish this up quickly. I need to go to sleep. I have a presentation to do tomorrow.
Yeah, great, I got you.
I will unban you, Madoga.
Where the hell?
Yo, Seb, bro. Seb, it's alright, bro. Seb, I'll take your place real quick and slam this nigga, bro.
No, wait. So yes, real quick, just to capture everything in one big. So, you know, we have an input and output value which are stance dependent because they're absent of our beliefs specifically towards something. Because if I were to say, well, I don't take it to be actually the case that 2 + 2 = 4, but rather 2 + 2 = 5. Well, it seems like we're upholding a stance to that. It seems like, you know, necessarily we came up with that 2 + 2 = 4, relatively so, since that, you know, when we have, you know, 2 and 2 people together, we come up with the number 4 instead of coming up with the number 5. So it doesn't seem to me specifically that there would be any other thing which would equal 2 + 2 = 5 or something to that. But rather there's an input value of the input value of the 2 + 2 and the output value.
Yeah, I got you. I understand the different reason. Right, like something could be wrong in its own domain. That doesn't make it not stance independent. That's not how that works.
What?
When you say, oh, well, it doesn't seem stance dependent. Sorry, it doesn't seem stance independent because we can just say that 2 + 2 = 5. You can say that, but that can still be stance independent.
No, it can't be stance independent because the input and output value is false.
Okay, so by your same logic, math isn't stance independent.
Dang!
No, what?
Okay, so if math is just a correlation of numbers in an equation, and you're saying that this equation is false, you would also believe the formulas of math are false. Therefore, math is false.
W conclusion.
It's within a domain. So when you say, oh, 2 + 2 can = 5 if someone says it, yeah, that's if someone says it. If it's like, I don't think you realize that anything can be like stated to be false depending on the domain. This doesn't really like say anything.
This is insane to me. This is the biggest mistrack of all time. The problem here is that you're saying that you're saying this, that, you know, given the relevant domain, anything can be false. But I can give you a domain where something is dependent and you say it's false, and then it doesn't lead you to anywhere. The reason why what I'm saying is true, it's because there's an input and output value given the stance dependent, because I take it that the inputs and output values are specifically stance dependent things. I don't take it that there's any stance dependent things that have some sort of input and output value. I mean, unless you could give something that would be stance dependent input and output value.
Did you not just give like the equation in math as a? Did you not? Did you not? Or am I just stupid? Like, I swear you've been giving that an input and output value the entire time. You're giving just math itself an input and output value. It's like, why? Like, this doesn't attack anything I'm saying. All I'm saying
I just don't think you're getting it. I like explained this like 5 different times. Like, I don't know how to. I don't know how to elaborate to you anymore. I gave you the math example. I gave you the numbers example. I gave you the math. I gave you like the world example. I gave you the modality example. Like I gave you every single example at this point.
I don't know the modality, but like the math example, the number example are the exact same thing. When you say like, the numbers being put in an equation can just make the equation wrong.
No, because the number example is the number example is referring that saying that there's some stance dependent thing, and that stance dependent thing can be equivalent towards.
Yeah, but wait, every single analogy you say with that is going to be in your eyes stance dependent. I disagree.
There's no way. Oh my god! Listen, you also agreed that numbers are stance dependent. Do you not?
I don't know what. Why is this attacking anything I said?
Because you're saying that what you're saying specifically is that. What I'm talking about specifically is, in my view, I take it that they're stance dependent, but you also share the same view, presumably. If it's the case that numbers are mental constructs that are not necessary, then they're stance dependent, not stance independent.
You're viewing stance dependent in like the most idiosyncratic way. Your logic insinuates that everything is stance dependent. You're saying
there's stance dependent things which exist,
and they must be stance dependent.
I'm not even necessarily convinced that there's like a lot of stance independent.
You would have to
things
like
which exist.
can I finish speaking? So you would have to like apply some type of threshold to why something can never be stance dependent. Like why is math never stance dependent? You didn't explain that. You just said, oh, but like inside of math, like the numbers can be stance dependent. You never explain why math itself is stance dependent. Like I could say, well, within the domain of math, there's concepts. So, since there's some concepts that can be wrong, math is it's the same recycle over and over again. That's why I think you don't understand. And also, again, the whole utilitarian like non-cognitive thing. I don't know why you're still having this fucking combo. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think any utilitarian would even agree with you that like you can be a non-cognitivist and be utilitarian. I just have to know though, because like I'm tired as hell.
Yo, Seven's good, bro. I'll take your spot.
This is just insane to me. I don't.
Yo, Penny, come lose real quick. Go ahead, tell me what his argument was. You can catch a loss.
No, I don't want to tell you the argument anymore. That was just insane to me.
I think that his argument was just.
I've never broken something down so simpler than someone not like tracked it by the way.
You couldn't semantically reduce the argument any further.
No. I'm just gonna post this and just. I'm gonna post this and be like,
we're posting TikTok videos of the big 2025.
No, because I'm. What the? I genuinely don't think I lost that. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's okay, bro. I don't think anybody can defend why you lost. But
what? Holy Jesus Christ! That was a fucking slaughter fest.
Yeah, that's my say why I love Kid, bro.
Are y'all done? Yeah.
He's my favorite fan.
Alright, so y'all done?
You're so cool.
Please post that. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Hey, bro, you gotta chill out.
I don't care if you anime debaters think I lost or not.
Yo, niggas say anime debaters like it's a slur, bro. Like, bro.
You do the same thing to me. What the fuck?
Yo, he just says it like it's a straight slur, bro. What? Yeah, bro, swallow your food and speak, bro, please.
You do the same thing to me.
What do I say to you to make it sound like a slur? You
call me the F slur multiple fucking times a day.
What?
You know, that's not insane. That's not.
I don't call you the F slur.
Thank you.
If anything,
he does it to me too. He does it to me too.
The only thing I do is don't call you a she, but instead I call you a he. That's all I do.
That is kind of crazy.
That's being T-phobic as fuck.
That is transphobic shit.
I'm saying this because it's not a thing that I do on purpose. It's just a natural response to it's what I do. I'm sorry, bro.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just natural. Like when I see like a T person, naturally biology speaking, they're like a man or something, bro. I don't know. I just go for biology.
I'm not gonna let. Wait. I'm Samad.
What's up?
You have Discord?
Yeah.
Can you like clip the entire debate between me and Seb and send it to me?
Sure.
After you in live though.
He doesn't have nitro. He's broke.
Who don't have nitro? What the fuck?
Wait, Divine, can you upload it?
If he gives
Bro,
me
what,
like,
bro, what happened?
I don't have
while
nitro
was
either.
gone?
I'm broke
That
too.
nigga Devon don't got nitro.
Nigga, I'm confused. I'm confused. Who doesn't have nitro?
What's good, bro?
Oh my god, I haven't seen you forever. What the fuck?
I'm confused.
It's okay, bro.
He wants you to clip the live, give the live. to her.
No. I understood that clearly, but then the nigga said
Are you,
he's broke.
you don't
So I'm
got
trying
like
to figure
no
out who's
devices?
broke.
Yo, Samal, we can't hear you, bro.
Okay. So I understand the whole purpose of why he wanted.
I wish it was.
Yo,
What I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, he called somebody broke, and I'm trying to figure out like who.
Nah, I said you don't have nitro.
You don't.
Devon called you a broke.
I said
think
I'm
that's-
broke.
Is that the email for only like your for only your PlayStation account? Or is that the email for like your actual like
Yo,
Google account?
vigilante. Whatever's going on in your background, I promise we don't want to hear it.
I don't know what that is in your room, big dog, but turn that camera on. Yo, look, bro. Yo, Gojo Slims. Gojo, the coolest character in fiction.
Holy shit, Gojo's a fucking Tundra victim.
Why do I feel like I have a Gojo?
Anyways, whatever that guy's talking about. Bro. He's
Yeah, I
never.
think
Tundra better, nigga. Tundra
I
better.
think I have a Gojo.
Yo,
too,
I guess.
somewhere.
Yeah. I know you guess.
You right, big bro.
Good boy.
Oh man,
Bro, Gojo a good boy. You just gonna take that?
I can't fight back.
Yo,
I'm
Blintz, are you?
Everything on the list is facts, though. So.
Blintz, are you here? Are you still here, Blintz?
This is fact.
As long as y'all niggas know
Blintz
that.
has been gone for a minute.
Yeah, bro, I gotta wait till you come back so I can debate
Lynn
you.
said she be kicked. If
But
you been going for
yeah,
that.
man.
What's up, Gio?
Yo, bro, Gio, don't say hi to this man, nigga.
I don't
I love how
wonder.
Penny
don't know.
disappears for like 6
I
months
think,
and then comes back.
ironically, Divine, I think that everybody's like beefing with me now. I don't know.
Yo, you're an IRO
Who is
debater.
everybody?
Of course.
Everybody better be excluding me. I'm a friend.
Yeah,
No,
besides
I'm
me,
saying-
bro. Besides me, bro. Big
No,
bro.
I'm saying everybody's like almost everybody's beefing with me.
I'm
you're an
everyone's
IRL
friend.
debater,
I'm
bro.
everyone's friend, man.
Like
No,
nobody do IRL.
I have no enemies. I have no true enemies.
That nigga
It's like-
Gojo an IRL debater. That's an insult.
Yeah, bro.
I know, I'm
IRL
smart
debater,
and all
that's definitely a slur, bro. That's a
I did an IRL debate one time and I hated it.
Ew, bro.
Well, I didn't particularly hate it. I just found it took a lot more effort than it would for me to like just.
Yo, Blintz, you're here now.
No, man.
And Blintz did that much.
Oh, Madoka, you're so cool.
Yo, anybody who thinks like Penny lost might be a little slow. I can't lie.
Yo,
Yeah,
bro,
but
Arthur,
don't
we
say
can
it,
debate real quick. Arthur, we can debate real quick.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, all right. So
why do
prove
you
that.
think Seb won at
So
all?
prove that.
If that's what you're trying
So
to
prove that. Yeah.
Alright, so we're just basically confused of why.
Alright, I'm gonna give up the
What are y'all
argument.
doing, bro? What are y'all
I'm gonna deploy the argument, right?
Yeah,
So,
verdicts.
anyways, besides what they're talking about, so undergoing the deployment of the argument, it's just gonna be undergoing transitivity that is gonna be applied within they said words that is gonna be the case that he must have won, or it's gonna be.
That's not what I said.
It's
Yo,
not-
Yeah,
listen,
I don't think that's the next
first
one.
of all,
Question.
no, no,
oh my
no,
god,
I
what is
don't
number
think
Nigga said
one?
that's what I said.
No, I never said that was necessary for it to be true.
I don't
Okay,
think I
what
have to
said
answer
was
that
that it's
question.
possibly true.
Yeah,
and
if it's
possible.
necessary, then it's always gonna be the
Okay,
case. I don't really care.
I never said it was necessary. Please.
Yeah, I
look.
never said you did, nigga. I said if it is.
Oh my god,
this is the
oh my
conditional.
god.
Chill.
So
I
you
proposed the
trying to make
conditional.
a
I said
necessity
if it's
claim
gonna be the
that
case,
you
then
don't
it
want
is
to
gonna
zero
be
sense
then
at
it's gonna
all.
be the case.
Okay,
Then
so
it's gonna be met.
instead of your
I don't know what you're
little
talking
workout,
about.
maybe you should log in and actually talk about
You
something
did check the
productive.
argument. You
Okay,
always check the
so,
argument.
well,
You
I
didn't
want
check
you
the
to talk about
You
something
didn't check the
productive now.
argument. You didn't
Well,
check the
I want you
argument.
to talk about something productive
Let
now.
me stop.
Well, I want you
Yeah,
to talk
bro.
about something productive now.
That nigga, that nigga said lost. Bro,
Hey, but like, yo, bro, look away, bro. Like, bro, did I make it like clearly fucking obvious with like the entire like, what's it called, the math example? Like, it seems like that was very fucking obvious.
Yeah, he was so lost, bro. Oh my god.
It's
I have no
bad.
idea. I'm incompetent.
He was actually really confused. Oh my goodness. He was so
I
confused.
ain't gonna lie,
on
bro.
utilitarianism,
Everybody on the
bro, and
TikTok tier
non-con.
list isn't as cool.
I was saying,
Yo,
bro, just-
yo,
I got
non-cog,
the
yo,
coolest
okay,
PS3.
yo. Apparently the Sam non-cog means that more statements aren't true, W.
dude, I'm not even a non-cognitivist.
That's true, bro. What's
It's not what a non-cog
Jesus
is.
God.
sadly it is.
Non-cog states that they're only expresses.
Sadly, I don't care.
Shut the
Okay,
fuck up. They take
yeah.
it that more statements aren't propositional.
Yo, look at this IRO debater trying to talk to me. What the fuck?
Look at this fiction debater, dumb fuck fiction debater, has no fucking clue what he's talking
Anyway,
about.
this IRO debater.
Anyways.
You get baked by Haram.
Yeah, you get beat up by Haram and Apollo.
Bro, oh my god.
What do you argue about Haram and Apollo, David? What's the argument about Haram and Apollo, David?
Yo, we're still taking this guy serious. He just said
Yo,
Haram.
Yo, little buddy,
Yo,
buddy,
he just
buddy.
said Haram beats anybody.
Bro,
This is
Arthur
bad.
wasn't there. Arthur really wasn't there. They literally had a
Haram,
discussion.
yo,
Listen, bro, Arthur, bro, shut the hell up and listen, bro.
Yo, Haram.
You don't understand, bro. Alright, but they literally had a discussion.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I want to talk to
Who is this IRL debater think he's
I just want to talk to Blitz. I just want to talk to Blitz.
Oh, you can talk to Blitz, but he clearly didn't unmute, so he clearly wanted to get in the substance, so you can wait real quick, bro. Chill. As I was saying, bro, look. Yes, I want to sound cool. I want to sound cool, bro. All right, bro. But as I was saying, bro, Arthur, bro, they literally had a discussion not that long ago. I think it was the day, and Haram literally was winning the discussion between him and
No, he wasn't. Everyone thought I won.
I'm trolling, bro. I didn't even know y'all actually discussed, bro.
You were there.
No, I was on deafened because somebody server muted me because I was glazing you in the thing saying that you beat a lot of Apollo.
Were you there for the Apollo discussion though?
Yo, it was bad, bro. Apollo wasn't tracking the argument at all.
Bro, that guy was
It was terrible, bro. I've been telling Apollo, he's like very ass. They didn't, bro, like he doesn't.
No, yeah, like Apollo wasn't tracking. Like he wasn't tracking at all. I could repeat the fucking question for him back 15 times. He didn't disagree. It was my position, but I disagree, dude.
Go to a different point.
Marcy, should I talk to Apollo?
What's up? Huh?
Should I talk to Apollo on ethics?
You probably won't win, but dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you debate Apollo, you'll realize how bad his fucking tracking is. It's so bad, it's comparable. Like, it's worse than Noodles tracking.
Noodles is crazy.
The only reason why you might
okay.
The only reason why you might lose specifically is because you don't know the terms that he uses. So
Didn't Apollo
I don't
lose
think
to
that's
Noodles?
losing though. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah, no, I think you would win. I think you'd win because of the fact that he can't track for shit. He's like, dude. Arthur's like tier 3.
Ha, loser. You're not tier 2 like me.
What is he talking about?
Arthur's not tier 2 because Arthur doesn't fucking reach.
Yo, this is also like pure like critical.
Blitz, are you here?
I'm not. The only thing I'm reading up on is teleology right now.
Yo, Arthur, let's read that together, man. Please.
Anyway.
Arthur, I'm trying to get smarter, bro. I'm trying to get in the IRL, but Penny, like Madoka don't want to teach me, bro, so I have to rely on you, bro.
Because you keep being mean to me.
I'ma stop, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Please.
Sounds so expect me to teach him.
Bro, please, bro. I would take both the ends, bro. I'm trying to get in the IRL, bro.
No, he's not.
Bro, I got you.
Hey, bro, Arthur.
Wait,
Arthur,
Blitz,
we're still labbing,
Blitz,
okay?
Can you unmute now? Finally,
Madoka. You're gonna try to teach him, and he's gonna just start cursing at you mid fucking conversation.
Yo, I promise I won't. I promise I won't. I said that I would take the lab in serious. I promise.
Blitz, your high tier, your high tier 1 in TikTok.com. Please log in.
Ooh.
I can't lie. I'm the greatest. I'm the best.
You're not high tier 1 on TikTok.
What you want to make? You want to make a
Ooh,
new
look at
bomb?
this debater in TikTok.
Ooh, Madoka, he unmuted.
Okay, not Madoka. Valence. Are you finally gonna defend a position that Seb won at all?
Arthur is scared to talk to you because Arthur don't let he don't let a nigga speak, bro.
Guys, everybody, we can all just.
Bro, Careless is so stupid, bro. Yo, I had to get this out, bro. He's actually so
Can we all just go and wait, just go on me real quick. Wait, Glenn. So, by the way, let's be clear. So, you said you were confused, or well, you've been tracking everything that I was saying.
Don't become a BVN clone if you're a Marcy student? What are you talking about, bro?
Unironically, I think you lose to everybody up on this panel, but chill out, bro. I'll chill.
Yo, Blitz, did you
Don't include me in that.
I'll get bitchy rhetorically.
Don't include me in that. I don't exist.
No, plus the Ron, bro, like the Ron.
Don't include me in that.
Oh my gosh, Alexis.
I'm everyone's friend.
Oh my god, my girlfriend.
I'm everyone's friend. I'm everyone's friend.
Wait, that's your girlfriend?
I'm everyone's friend.
Of course, everybody loves you.
You're my friend too? I'm everyone's friend. I'm everyone's friend.
Of course, Devon.
Y'all can
I
hate
can't
each
lie,
other.
Blitz, do you think you would beat
Well,
me
yo,
now?
Blitz, you can unmute your mic real quick and we have a little, like a discussion real quick. I think
I refuse to be someone's friend and get called stupid against someone I can't defend myself against. I refuse that.
Gotta be so nice now, bro, just because of one comment.
Oh, you're talking to your mom. Okay, take your time.
Me and Volkmore never did.
You see, Madoka when I first met her, would have said,
on the right
I
analog.
started cursing at him anyway.
Wait, you said what?
You, when I
You said
first met you, you would have said, I don't care about your mom, and started cursing at him anyway.
Damn, that's mad disrespectful.
And the thing is, you did
that's
that
because-
exact thing on my live twice.
Yeah, he would have said that.
I don't give a fuck about your
Penny
mom.
hella rude, bro. You got that thing.
No, the reason why is because, you know, Flint is my friend, so I'm stop doing it.
Look, bro, I just gave you 2 points.
Why did that nigga sound like
Shut the fuck up, bitch ass.
Damn.
All I want
What
to
happened to
do
peace
is
and
give
love?
you
What
some
happened to
points.
peace and love, guys? What happened to peace and love?
I'm gonna give everybody points.
No, Divine, that's not gonna
No,
change.
I don't want your points, nigga.
Shit.
Oh man,
Stop
I'm
trying to-
sorry, bro. I'll take my points back if I can.
Yo, stop trying to be nice, Divine. You know?
I'm a nice person.
You gotta
I've always
come
been a good
here.
person.
I had a conversation with Sev.
I'm the nicest person on this planet.
Wait, can
No,
someone like
that's-
Method, are you here?
Nope.
That's some bullshit. You just put it up.
Can someone drop for Lex real quick?
Oh yeah, Lynch dropped
Yeah.
it.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not
Pack it
wrong,
up, vigilante.
bro.
Well, yeah, Blintz, just drop until you
I
like,
got-
finish talking to your mom. You can just drop until you
That
like,
nigga
finish
never
talking
come
to
back
your
on panel once that nigga come up.
That's cool. I'm about to keep smoking anyway.
All right, Blinky, please.
Wow,
bro,
wow,
let's
man,
debate,
very
man.
philosophical. What did I say? What?
Wow, man, very I
Bro, I said every single entity that's able to rationalize. with
Yeah,
that.
the word rationalize.
How is that philosophical?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
the word
philosophical
rationalize.
words,
That
man.
word
Stop
right
using
there.
like that.
Calazar, send me the recording. Calazar, send me the recording. Send me the
I'm
recording.
finna watch plus size L
She said no.
after this,
She
dog.
said no.
You gotta hear this shit.
It's
Wait,
universal
guys.
quantifier. That's
Wait, so me and Seb just debated, right? Like
We were all here.
on
No
one.
need to repeat it.
he was saying that it's like really contradictory to be like a utilitarian and like a non-consequentialist.
It's really contradictory to be a utilitarian and a non-consequentialist. Or you mean a non-cognitivist?
I mean, non-cognitivist, yeah, non-cognitivist. So, okay, and then he was.
I'm aware that utilitarianism is consequentialism, but consequentialism isn't utilitarian.
Yeah, but that is the claim though.
That is the claim you just made.
No, the claim was that utilitarianism and utilitarianism basically.
This doesn't really like show me why
No,
utilitarianism matters.
you're confused a little bit on utilitarianism. The thing that you're talking about is utility calculus. You can't be wrong on the utility thing. That's just incoherent. That doesn't make any sense. To say that you're wrong on the utility is saying that you're wrong on the preference. What is that? What does it mean to be wrong on the preference?
That's essentially not what I'm saying. And also, I'm not conflating it with a calculus. There's no difference between a calculus and just utilitarianism itself. Utilitarianism.
Right, because whenever you're ever making a moral judgment, you're considering something that actually exists, stands independently. And so every moral judgment stands independent. But that just kind of begs the question towards realism.
Maybe, because I don't defend like non-cognitivism ever. So
It's okay, little bro. Just stop defending something you can't defend.
This is like supreme dick eating. Wow.
But I'm just here.
What did I do?
all they said was that maybe all they were saying is like maybe like the utility calculus, like the way the configuration of the
Bro,
like,
he
the
stole
inputs and
my
outputs,
word too
maybe that
big.
might be
Opinion ignored.
maybe that might be stance independent, but I'm not sure you
That
would
was
say
horrible.
that the actual like utility, like the maximizing utility is stance independent. I'm not sure about that because he was saying like there's ways to get to maximizing utility, and by that maximizing utility would be stance independent. Like I'm not sure I agree with that.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, the maximization of utility would be stance independent, but the reason maximizing utility is good wouldn't. Like, right, like the question of metaethics is what is good, right? And so
yeah,
that's like fundamentally like what good is, right? And so when I say something like maximizing utility is good, and then like we investigate further and it's like, okay, why is maximizing utility good? and I just say because I prefer it, well, that's a perfectly satisfactory answer. Like that's fine.
Yeah. And I think this first started off because we were debating about the normative view or normative views, and he was like, I said that given that utilitarian, like most of our intuitions are utilitarian, well, that's really some reason to say that utilitarianism maps onto our intuitions really well compared to other normative theories. He was like, I think he responded by saying, well, how is it the case that they actually map onto our intuitions, and that like the way that the article talks about it says that like hedonism is different from like utilitarianism in the sense is that utility talks about self-referential pleasurable states, and hedonistic states don't talk about that.
Bro, is he for real? Okay, so the article that you're referring to is the one I sent you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Holy fuck, wow. Okay, so what they did in the article is they asked them questions, right? They were like, okay, is unaliving your mother good given it maximizes utility? Or like it maximizes that, or something like that. There's questions like that. And well, like initially people would have this knee-jerk reaction, like, no, obviously not. That's really bad. It's my mother, right? But then they'd think about it for a little bit, right? Like they'd be given some time to think about it, and then they'd sway more utilitarian because their intuitions upon deliberation are shown to be more in favor of utilitarianism, right? So it's not like, oh well, what's it called? It's not like, oh well, like their intuitions happen to map onto utilitarianism. It's that their intuitions are always utilitarian. It's just we have some deontic intuitions too.
Yeah. I was explaining to him that it is the case that hedonistic value or hedonistic states could also talk about self-referential states, but the main problem here is that he thought since I was saying, okay, well, act utilitarianism, kind of similar to utilitarianism, for what they talk about, is me saying that act utilitarianism, being similar to utilitarianism, is the same thing as saying it's equal to consequentialism. So I was like, well, no, that's not exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're equal, 100% based on what they talk about. Because he was asking, well, why is it the case that, given that utilitarian intuitions align, with our like most of our intuitions align with utilitarianism, then it would follow that act utilitarianism would completely map onto our intuitions.
Because, well, one, that's not the claim, and two, one, that's not the claim, and two, we have utilitarian intuitions, and utilitarianism, like classically, is act utilitarianism.
Yeah.
But that's weird. Okay, what else? Why would they? I'm so confused why he would say that. Why would he? Like this doesn't even seem like responses, right? Like, oh well, if you're utilitarian, and by consequentialism you meant cognitivism or consequentialism, because both are consequentialist. If he's saying act utilitarianism and utilitarianism are true, and because they're both true, then consequentialism is true. Well, yeah, it's one of the theses of both.
No. He's saying that consequentialism, utilitarianism, and act utilitarianism are analytically identical to each other.
What?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
What? Okay.
Ooh.
No, you can be an egoist and be a consequentialist. You can be a particularist and a consequentialist. Okay, and utilitarianism is specifically four theses, which is consequentialism, welfarism, impartiality, and
big word.
True, that is true.
Aggregationalism.
Yeah, aggregationism.
Another one.
Act-utilitarianism just adds an agential thesis, that being the way in which agents make judgments is off of what maximizes the utility on its own.
Yeah, and it's really weird because he was just like, I don't know, he was just saying that that's what I was saying, but I was saying something completely different. And then I think one thing he said was that I gave him examples for where, like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, this is the point. Okay, so I was talking about predicate-subject relations, and he was saying that, well, here, it's a really weird thing, so I'm going to phrase it exactly what he said. He said that, well, you know, being a utilitarian, or act-utilitarian, we don't judge solely just actions. We can judge propositions to see whether or not that they, you know, maximize utility or something. I'm not sure what it means for a proposition to maximize utility. I don't even know what that means.
We can judge propositions? What?
Yeah.
Okay, if what Seb... Then that's affirming them, that's an action, right? Right, like, having a mental state is a type of action. So, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, his example would be...
Right, like, I don't know about that one.
This is a proposition which we judge.
But
specifically.
Well, first of all, it's not a proposition. That's begs the question.
Yeah, that's why I went down. That's the road I went down.
So what is this?
Well, Schmurder is wrong. If you term substitute wrong in there, it just means something like Schmurder is negative mental state or something, right? Wrongness. Wrongness isn't a predicate. We just treat it like one.
Yeah, he was asking what does it mean to treat something like a proposition. Then we went down to the proposition. What the proposition means. I was like a predicate subject relation.
Yeah.
Which as a class teacher of Boston, he was like, what does being a predicate mean? As in, and he was like, oh, a predicate is just a previous affirmation. And I was like, what?
No, a predicate is something that is said about a subject.
Yeah.
Like a predicate is just a part of a sentence that says something about a subject.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I don't even think that's what predicate means. And he's like, well, that's just what I mean when I say predicate. And I was like,
well, that's great.
Really
He's asking about your view.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Alright. There goes for that discussion. Hope you're here happy. Yeah.
Wait, Samad, don't end live yet. Wait.
Hey,
I never said I was gonna end the live.
Oh, my bad, Samad.
Since I was gone, who won?
To most people, Penny.
Yeah.
Not to most, to everybody, bro.
Well, no, I can't really give an opinion because I was tracking, but then like I was playing Final Fantasy, so like.
No, it's okay, big bro. You think Penny won too? It's alright, bro. You don't have to say it. We know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like it was close.
Wait, Penny, you won?
Yeah, quite. It was really easy. It was like a low diff. Like at best, low diff.
Of course, I thought Seb would have a challenge for you.
No. The only challenge in the TikTok community is Natnat. And I don't think Natnat.
The main thing is he's not good with the stuff that you said, but he's good with anime debates.
Yeah. I'm not an anime debater, so.
I mean, being good at anime debating isn't really hard.
Yeah, like, dude, just then you're basically set.
Yeah, you just like win anime debates if you know how to make like a.
I thought Seb would be a challenge.
Are you talking about like probability manipulation or just like regular probability?
Like yeah, just read probability, understand how probability works, and then you can make a probabilistic claim, and then others don't know how to deal with the probabilistic claim.
Yeah, it's like I get like if I go into an anime debate right now and I'm like, yeah, so it's actually more expected under this hypothesis that this piece of data would happen. What they don't know what the fuck to say. they just like stun locked.
He's like, why are you jargoning? Why are you jargoning?
Okay, who is the best appendage strong woman in anime?
Me.
That's what?
Who is the best opinion strong woman in anime? Like who? Like smartness, ideas, figuring out everything else. Who?
Well, presumably Rimuru.
Rimuru's not a woman, bro.
Well, yeah, let's be clear. Rimuru can change into a woman and share the same exact properties. So technically, yeah.
Rimuru's identity is of a man, unfortunately.
No, Rimuru's genderless.
So unfortunately.
No, Rimuru came from being a man. Rimuru still prefers being a man. It's just the case that Rimuru is genderless as in the body.
Yeah, but like Rimuru also, prefers being woman.
That's not true.
That's true.
I'm watching the anime right now. It's getting really good.
Wait, have you debated with one?
Have you not seen Rimuru's mirror session? Have you not seen that episode?
Yeah, have you seen Naruto's?
Naruto's ass.
Bro, you don't want to
sexy
listen. You don't want to commit yourself to the view that Rimuru having a genderless body makes Rimuru genderless or genderfluid or anything like that. You don't want to commit yourself.
No. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Listen, Rimuru's body. Rimuru came from being a guy, right? And Rimuru seems to still show preferences of being a guy, right? And so you want to commit yourself to the view that Rimuru is a guy. You don't want to commit yourself to the view that Rimuru is genderless. Because then all you're saying is that physical. Then all you're saying is that physical traits determine like manhood and womanhood. You don't want to say that.
Yeah. I think there's multiple instances in the show where he does want to be both, though. There's instances where Rimuru prefers being a woman, and then there's instances where being a man. But it seems like all those instances are around Rimuru's subordinates. But outside of his subordinates, he's really fine with being a woman.
Wow.
Think that.
I don't know about you at all.
I'll pull up the light novel scans.
What about her?
This girl, I've seen this. This girl's not that smart.
What?
No, feathering gaps her in intelligence.
She has very good
Oh, no.
intelligence.
Not feathering.
Intelligence? What's that?
She's very good with everything though. Like she's good with poison. She can figure everything out by
Yeah, but-
herself.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
she's good with human shit. Feathering does bigger shit.
Oh, to me, I'm seeing it though. She's really smart though.
Yeah, she's smart, but she's just not that smart as compared to the other smart woman.
But so sometimes I don't fucking get what the hell is she saying. 'Cause I'm dumb.
Yeah, she be yapping.
Wait, when's the Glock and Sanvi debate happening? I forget.
I don't know. I'm more interested in the synth gauntlet and now the Nightglock pre-gauntlet.
Dude, that shit is gonna be like, okay, the Nightclot thing is gonna be mind-numbingly boring because people won't get the memo
said
when guys
what?
are supposed to troll.
You just cut off.
I said the Nightclot gauntlet is gonna be mind-numbingly boring because no one's gonna pick up the memo as they're supposed to troll him. And Synth, I don't know, Synth is gonna be weird because it's just gonna be her debating fucking Zizo. Who wants to see Synth versus Zizo?
I was thinking
bro?
of coming up there and trolling Synth. Maybe just get other people to be like, Penny versus Synth actually happening, holy, and people might join. Because they did that with Apollo, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Zizo, if Zizo were to debate, well, he is going to debate Synth, I think.
We gotta get you in there.
I don't know,
Why
it's
don't
gonna
you
be
debate
weird.
Synth?
Because me and her don't strongly disagree.
Gotta debate her on moral realism.
Dog, she's an analytic naturalist. It's it's the most
That's
non-realist
bro. Every
realist you
single
ever.
anime has pretty boys.
Great observation. That's true. You know what? What if we have Eric debate Synth?
Eric already said
Why? What about Evan?
no one's messaged Evan, but I doubt Evan will want to do it either. He's
Oh, what about Goons? You think Goons would do? I think Goons would do it.
We've been trying to ask Goons. He's been airing.
Why the fuck is Eric disagreed with?
I thought something else for a second. I'm hearing.
Who is? Okay.
So there's valid inference, and then there's like valid what? What was it again?
Yeah, but
There's two Erics. There's one person. I'm not sure if they are Eric, but they have
the main
like
thing is there's like
they have like a white
weird anime and dark anime.
There's two people that
I
you're
know
not
one's
sure if
Eric
they're
and it's valid inference, but there's another one that's like valid something. And they have like a Habab deity, which is like a fat white guy.
Wow.
Like it's
Very,
a
very
no, it's like a
explainable.
random drawing. Like a drawing.
I don't know. The only other one I know is Valid Argument, and that's what's his name? That's Joan Crawford.
Masochist, I love it. I love her voice actor, bro.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Alright. Well, I ain't gonna lie, this shit been going on for like 3 hours, and my phone is like burning the fuck up.
You're cooked.
No, it's not cooked, but I'm just saying, bro. I'm tired of my like lap being fucking hot through this damn phone.
Yeah, I mean, you probably shouldn't be like. I also gotta get off the anime life because if I've gone here for too long, I would get bullied by my friend group. So.
Getting bullied by your friend group is crazy.
Yeah, bro, they bully me a lot.
No
I mean,
fucking way.
Hey man, I'll drop you a follow, man. It's cool.
I appreciate it. I'll drop on back.
Here's a rose, by the way.
Oh, you didn't have to.
Nah, got you. Don't worry. I support the homie.
Alright. I'll probably start one like probably like an afternoon.
On main breach.
Twitch dead.
Oh man! Jeez, that's Thatcher. He's in. He's in.
Touched the ocean, fell right in. Stepped outside and burned my skin blind.
Fucking Bravo, goddamn.
Bomb diffuser on ping. Hard ping deployed.
Bossa Nova in my room. Hope that I'll find someone to
All friendlies were eliminated.
Because the sun's engaged to the sky. My best friend's found a new guy. I'm only getting older. I've never had
Yeah, we got stopped right there. And the thing is that they weren't even that good, bro. We gave them so much open space. They knew how to play off the space that we were working with.
Everybody's falling in love. Everybody's falling in love. Everybody's falling in love.
Tell me why the doc asked if I wanted to do a custom. Hold up. Actually, let me stat track this dude, bro. Kafer underscore.
Lost in the fog. I fear that there's still further to fall. It's dangerous 'cause I want it all. And I don't think I care what it costs. I shouldn't have fallen in love. you.